for the Facebook stream to my website. So now you can see it all, not on YouTube. You can go to wethepeopleofelarth.biz if you want the written Bible. And the written Bible is important because you'll never understand the video Bible without the written Bible. Okay? But the video Bible is like streaming live now on Facebook. And so it's connected to my YouTube site, BILLstar19. So I created a fictitious character just in case it was illegal to buy the world. And so I was covered. I was insane, I was fictitious, and I paid. And I told all these guys, all the stars, I told them a long time ago, and they know Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, George Lucas, Mel Gibson, and all the rest are in. But those are the top 4 that are co-producing the future of Earth. I'm not going to count beyond 4, and the 5th one is random, and they're picking their own. Anyway, those guys can pick the rest. And the point is, why don't they paparazzi themselves? Like I told you, if we use the CIA cameras, if I own the government, I have paparazzi video from the stars naked in the backyards all over the world. We can paparazzi these stars like crazy. We'll find the true thing, right? See, now if we paparazzi reality, reality's going to start looking better than the fantasy. Bye-bye, Steven Spielberg. Hello?
Mel Gibson was the paparazzi in Japan.
Mel Gibson, yes, and he was passing the prize, and he yelled at the Jews. That's when I picked him. When you got him yelling at the Jews, I knew he was on my side. He was my guy with George Lucas. I only started with Steven Spielberg and James Cameron. I didn't want to complicate it by having 4. But after a year, I added 2 more. And that was about the time that Mel Gibson was yelled at and screaming at night at the Jews. And I said, wait a minute. Bullshit, bullshit. We'll paparazzi it all. We'll have it on cameras. But when we catch you, we'll have a criminal system behind the scenes. Now, eventually, in 99 years, maybe the truth will come out. Okay? But we're not going to go to brand down now, right? Just like Tiger. Why would bring down Tiger? Wipe out the golf industry. Wipe out the golf industry because of some personal matter, right? Okay? That's business. What's business? See, if they were running business right, they'd buy out the freaking news and cover it up and own the police and do it right.
Maybe they need that for...
See, there's no justice in a government state. There's only justice in a capitalist nation where everybody's a contract that's perfect. If it isn't perfect, we pay you back. I told him a long time ago. Now here's the thing. Do you have insurance against your money? Because people are going to need money insurance when I start wiping out the money on Earth. Because man, I'll take you money insurance. Give me the money, I'll save it. But you gotta give it to me first. But you give it first, but the point is, if you need money insurance, you got a big problem. Because everybody's like marking you, oh, I got my stock and everything else. What happens if the money all of a sudden loses out of its value, which it already has, you just haven't marked in the market, and it's all bankrupt? It doesn't matter what stock you own. When the world's bankrupt, the best company on earth dies. Or it gets killed slowly, killing me softly. I gotta go do my tattoos. Tattoo. I didn't want to get tattoos, but rainbow stars were worth it. So here's the deal. See, when I'm on the world in my head, well, the first thing, it has a lot of stuff to do. You almost become, oh my God, I reached Nirvana. Well, at first I was nervous that I'd die before telling them I had a savior plan. But then when I was so stupid for so long, I felt no remorse. Okay? I was playing God's plan. And my plan was to figure out how stupid they were. And to use that stupidity to run around them and circle them every which way and even lose. To the point they strangled themselves out. But anyway, that wasn't the point. But anyway, when you own the world in your head, the whole perspective of the world changes. Okay? And, well, I don't know, it just changes. I can't explain it. But when you own it in your head, it's like you've accomplished everything in life possible. Right? What is that part? I haven't accomplished everything in my life possible, but I have for a month. Okay? My dream in life was Roxanne. Now, it wasn't always Roxanne, it was any Roxanne. Okay? But my dream in life was finding one good woman to live with for life. And I checked out of that before I started buying the world. But while I was still going through the divorce, I told my divorce lawyer I was buying the world. And I tried to get her out fast and cheap, and she got screwed by the lawyer and small. But I did it all right. But the point is, that lawyer is so stood out of his ass. Because if I knew how to buy the world, at least he should have tried to get a piece of it, right? But anyway, it's in the courts. My craziness is published in the courts. And if they have videos in the courts, they will have a video of me saying, when they took me the first time to jail on trumped charges, I told them they had no dominion over me. I said to the judge, you have no dominion over me. He said, shut up and sit down. Okay, fine, but I rest my case. So, he didn't need to know that, but guess what? When they put the word in my head, and they knew how to get it bought, it didn't matter. Because every crime against me, I figured out how to get all the crimes out. That's part of my thing. I figured out how we could pay and get through all the lawyers' bullshit, because we're going to turn the lawyers against the lawyers. And there ain't no state's evidence when God's back in town and he takes the whole thing over. And so then the lawyers can have the future through the past. Because I don't know what else to do with lawyers except put them on the comedy show Boston Legal. Right? What else do you do with lawyers? And it's perfect. Because you got James Spader from Star Trek, and you got what's his name? No, Spader's from the original Daniel Jackson from the Pyramid Guys, right? The Stargate, and the whole Stargate franchise. But then from Star Trek, you have James T. Kirk, and they're both playing in Boston Legal. But a lot of other really funny guys from a lot of other really funny shows. But the beautiful thing about that is that imagine this space thing, and now you have Terminator, and I put Terminator Arnold. He's terminating the future for the past to save the world. See, we have to terminate the bad men, and we got to get the robots programmed right. So let's go back in the past. Anyway, he's carrying out Terminator 999, and then James Kirk from the future and Spader, they'll sue all the lawyers from the past. Anybody who wants to defend the godfathers or the lawyers that stubbed up the face, then they can defend themselves against our lawyers. And we're going to have them all, but you turn yourself in, and you get a freer deal. See, we're going to play it against them, right? They always had the upper hand. But guess what? I created a way for all the people on earth and God to have an upper hand. So, isn't that a movie? Now, of course, in the movie, all my life, until now, I was a Buddhist monk. Actually, not all my life. See, I went through the kind of life. But in the process of divorce, I became a hermit of my own monk. So for years, I've been living alone. For 5 years, plotting world quiet now. But see, when I owned the world in my head, it was like Buddha. Okay? I had no desire, but I did. But I did, actually, for the first 3 years, I was really fed up with a woman. I was still going through divorce. So I really had no desire for a woman, even though in my heart I was happy. But see, I don't think desire for a woman is wrong if you know how it is and what it is. Okay, and so, after 3 years of capturing the world and going to jail, I decided to run to the insanest man on the planet, the sanest man on the planet. I figured if I got him both the holy oil, and there's no question, I think I can get and prove that I'm the smartest man on the planet. So if I'm on those, I'm a really good date, right? And so, that became the mantra for eHarmony, or any of them. If I'm the best date in the world, how do you know that? No, I'm not going to... See, there's no money in me. I just own the world in my head. But I'm the guy that owns the world in your head. So, you should be able to date me with people appropriate for my stature in my head. Right? And so, but anyway, the point is I just test this thing. This is all fun. But then, if Roxanne never touched me on the shoulder, I wouldn't have Roxanne. And I'm almost convinced the producer said it in, and she was random, I don't care. But either way, she was the girl I demanded as my first date. The best girl you could come up with. Not just in harmony, the frickin' gals. Because who would that be? The bottom line is if I bought the world, I'm making everybody on earth kings and queens that are stars. I told them you're kings and queens, but first, the guys have to be queens, and the girls have to be kings, and once you get over that, then you can be kings or queens again, whatever you want. And Elton John, he's the first king. I don't know which way he goes.